then Ronaldo! Balotelli, Aguero! It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent. Here's Messi. Away from 2, 3, 4. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
The Football Drop Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Euro FD.
Here we go. Here we are. How are you?
Yeah, what's going on, my boy?
Not too much, mate. Not too much. One game in.
One game in. One game
already down. Can't wait for the next one.
All to play for. Mate, I need to ask you though, how are you? Wagwan.
I'm good, mate. I'm very good, thank you. As you can probably see, I'm in the new room. There's still a few finishing touches, but yeah, I'm in. It feels like I've been doing this for about 6 months. I'm still not finished, but yeah, I'm in. There's a few final touches up with the desk and stuff, get things laid out the way I want it to be. But yeah, other than that, it's all good, mate.
I'm not going to lie to you, mate. I feel like I've been here on the journey with you every day. Like, how's it going? You're like, oh, mate, I've got another problem. Oh, mate, the walls aren't quite
it's been
right.
ridiculous, honestly.
Mate, I'm going to take something back to IKEA. Oh, the delivery isn't here. You know, I'm just waiting for someone's going to come and help me cut the worktop. Oh, they can't do it today. It's going to have to be tomorrow. I feel like at every stage, even when I was round there checking out, oh, mate, you've done a really good job. And I was like, oh, you know, you've got 2 different paints here. And you went, what?
I know. I'm so glad you pointed that out, though. Can you imagine that would have been absolutely awful?
Yeah, because you'd have painted all 2 different colours.
Oh, totally. I would have been like, why is this much darker on the left? Ridiculous.
I reckon the mood that you're in, you'll be like, fuck it, I'm just going to have to roll with it.
Yeah, I'll just be like, I like it.
I like the 2-tone effect.
Yeah. The cutting in would have been an absolute bitch, though, wouldn't it? But yeah, no, I'm in. I've got cabinets on the ceiling. I've got chest of drawers. I've got filing cabinets. I've actually got a lot in this small room, which I'm quite happy about. But hopefully, by the time of our next recording, hopefully, I will have the 2 Arsenal frames behind me here.
My guy, can't wait for that.
Yeah, and then there'll be little finishing touches after. But yeah, that'll be hopefully the aim.
I think you've been on this podcast 4 years and you've been promising the 2 pictures for about 4 years.
They've been on the wall, just not on the wall where the camera faces.
Yeah.
They've been that side normally, aren't they? Yeah. How are you anyway? You okay?
Oh, mate, I feel like I've just been calamitous recently. I feel like I've had 2 weeks of just being a complete fucking disaster.
What's happened in the last 29 minutes that you need to share with us?
Well, I could go back further than that. So the other week, I did my knee strap up too tight when I was running and caused the lack of blood flow to my ankle, which made my ankle hurt.
What?
That same day, I was cutting chili peppers and then went to the toilet.
Yeah, this is amazing. I think you said this last week, actually.
And then today, I have gone to just take a picture of, because for some reason my laptop disconnected from the internet, so I went to take a picture of the code on the back of the internet box, which then fell over onto a glass of Coke, which then fell over onto our brand new carpet. So after we finish doing this, I've got to go out and I've got to get some cleaner to clean the new carpet to hopefully remove the Coke stain.
Oh, mate, you should have just postponed this and just gone.
I should have done, but I don't know who I want to upset, you or Selge, and sometimes I feel like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Never upset Selge.
I feel it's too late, mate. As soon as that Coke went over, I looked at my feet,
game over.
I looked at the carpet, and I went, well, I'm fucked.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
But we'll get this done as quick as we can. I know the listeners don't always want to listen to us yak away. When we said, we're going to have a break and we're going to have our off season. And I think we've actually recorded more podcasts since than we did for basically the whole season.
Do you like the new edition?
I do. It looks a lot better in person than I think it did seeing it on Instagram and stuff.
I feel like it's still a bit too white.
I think it's purely because of that sort of shape, isn't it? But the thing is, I can't pull off wearing that shirt
Why?
because it would be quite a slimming shirt, but it's not slimming when the white and the lines are so stretched out. It should be game over. So I don't think I'm going to get it.
Did I see that you've signed up for Man v Fat?
Yes. Yes, you did.
Well done, my
Yes,
guy.
you did,
Well
my
done.
friend. Start
Well
next
done.
Monday.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, man.
Proud of you, mate. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right. European football.
Yes. Shall we start with the competition opener?
The Scotland v Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I think I heard that the Scots kicked off every 5 minutes, didn't
I love the most is there was lots of passionate Scots fans out there, and they're all saying, "We're not here to make up the numbers. We are here to make history." And make history they did. They lost 5-1.
they? They did, yeah.
And it could have been a lot worse.
They
Rudiger with an absolute worldie of a goal for Scotland.
Yeah.
He's their joint top goal scorer for like 20 odd years in European competitions. It's incredible, isn't it? What a stat that is for you. So I know you like dropping stats on this pod, but that's my stat this week.
Well done, mate. Thank you for that. Yeah, what an unbelievable game. Germany looked pretty tasty, didn't they? We have to admit that.
They did. They really did. Cruz, 101 out of 102 passes. Successful.
Yeah, unbelievable. I'm not surprised. I mean, to be fair, he only had to kick the ball in the direction of another player. There was no way a Scottish person was going to intercept it or anything. It was so poor.
Is that not what a pass normally is? Pass it to another player?
Yeah, and I said without an interception, there's no way anyone was going to intercept it from Scotland.
Yeah, but Cruz passing a ball, no one intercepts it no matter where it goes. He's that good, isn't he?
Well, he got 101 out of 102, so there could have been an interception there somewhere. Or a
Yeah,
pass.
I think that one is probably he kicked his own foot or something.
He slipped. Yeah, what an impressive performance. I thought Musiala in particular was top draw, man. He looked really good for his age.
He looked incredible.
In terms of football, that sounded weird.
Yeah,
I think
I wasn't
what I
actually
said
gonna-
after I'd said it, and I was like, yeah, that sounds a bit weird.
You have a son, Will. Sort it out.
I have a son.
Yeah, I do. I totally agree with you, and I think he looked even better with Florian Wirtz there as well, who was insane.
Baller. Absolute baller.
So good, so good. Everyone's kind of, I think people rip Germany off a little bit because they haven't performed well for 10 years now.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's a case of, okay, yeah, they're hosts. People aren't going to take them too seriously. Let's just rock and roll.
Yeah.
And sort of crack on with it. So, I mean, they weren't exactly against the toughest of teams.
No. Yeah, I think there's more to come from Germany in this. You can never write them off. You can play really well, and at the end of the day, the Germans will win. That's generally what happens. So, yeah, well done, Germany. We'll be interested to see what happens to them when they play some proper opposition. But I think Scotland really need to change that up. They were too nice. They needed a little bit more quality on there. I don't know whether they could bring in anyone. They haven't got a massive squad, so yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, they've got the same size squad as everyone else in the tournament. To be fair, size-wise, it's exactly the same. But yeah, they've not got a big squad.
Okay. He's in one of them moods today, is he? Right. Okay.
I want to just draw attention to Pretorius. Is it Pretorius? Pretorius?
Oh right, yeah, with his red
Mate, what the fuck was he thinking?
Well,
and the fact that they tried to just go. You were sorry?
In Scotland, you're just allowed to 2-foot anyone.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, just go in. Studs up, flying up.
Yeah.
As long as it's kind of knee or higher, that's fine.
Ideally, yeah.
Yeah, get him in the chest, no problem at all. But yeah, it just what baffled me was the fact that they were arguing about the decision.
I know.
Like, in what way do you think that that would have actually been harsh?
It's
Like,
unbelievable.
that was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But how good is it, right, to just watch football all the time? It's just there all the time.
Yeah, it is nice.
I haven't seen. I must admit, I haven't actually seen the game today, which has been really disappointing because I've been working. But I'll catch up. But oh my god, it's been so nice.
We got a good game tonight though, Austria France. So
Yeah,
we'll
it's about
probably
to kick
catch
off,
second
isn't it?
half of that actually.
Yeah, it's just going to kick off. So yeah, well, I'll be cleaning. I'll be scrubbing the carpet.
Yeah, you got the telly on now. That's all right. Oh,
But yeah, there was there's been some cracking games. I particularly enjoyed watching Italy go 1-0 down, which there's a little stat from Benji, quickest goal in the Euros, and it's from Albania. I mean, I don't know what DeMarco was doing. There was a weird thing because I was watching it and I saw him with the ball and I was like, he looks a bit weird here. Like, he looks a bit nervous. I think he might throw up. I don't know why, but that went through my head. And then he threw it straight to Albania, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then they scored, and I was like, because I was on my own, I was like, "Oh my god!" Said it actually out loud. I was that surprised.
wow. Yeah, they still clawed it back there, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, there was no doubt about it. To be honest, it was. I thought it would be more than two. But yeah, they played. You know, the Italians. I think I know we'll come on to the England game, but I think similar to England, they always kind of start a bit edgy. They're always a bit cautious. They grow into it, and then they tend to grind out those wins. They're never you never feel like with Italy that they're a convincing win. It's always we just won.
Yeah, I agree. I think you did the Euro final a few years ago. They were like that, weren't they?
Yeah, well, they won on penalties, didn't they? Against
First half they looked rubbish, but second half they looked like they could have probably scored 3 or 4.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I was a bit surprised at the Spain-Croatia result. Now I've not watched the game to be fair, but I thought Croatia were going to do well, but Spain won 3-0.
3-0. So I watched the game, and Croatia were probably better than that scoreline. Defensively, quite poor. I will be honest. It was a weird game because Croatia were definitely in it. I think they had a goal. They had the penalty disallowed for encroachment. When actually you could argue that Simon was kind of off his line diving, but the encroachment stood. I understand that it was quite tight. Because I don't know about you, but I haven't seen a penalty disallowed for encroachment for some time.
No, I can't recall the last one.
No, really odd. But quite. It was a good game. I did enjoy that. I thought that a special shout out to the Dutch who looked okay against Poland.
Yeah, 2-1 win.
Yeah, Weghorst come off the bench and banged one in. You're like, how does he do it? Like, he's still contracted at Burnley, who don't really want him, and he's come on.
Is he still at Burnley? I thought that was out.
No, he's still contracted at Burnley. He's been gone for 2. I don't think he played for him for 2 years, but I think he's still contracted there. Wasn't he?
Burnley could have done with him. He could have really done with him this season.
But wasn't he the guy who said like, "Oh, I'm not signing for Burnley," and they're like, "No, you have." Was that him? Or was that?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was saying, yeah, it's not a permanent, it's only a loan or something.
Yeah,
There's like, no, we've bought you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it was him.
It was one of them. But yeah, fair play. I thought they looked better without Depay. But yeah, they have got a good team, the Dutch. So interesting to see what's going to happen there.
Points on the board straight away. That's what you need.
Well, yeah, exactly. Shout out as well to Christian Erikson.
Yes, amazing story.
Was it 3? Is it 3 years almost to the day since that incident happened where he had a heart attack on the pitch, and you saw those scenes were horrific. And he's come back and he scored his first goal for Denmark in the Euro. So, yeah, fair play.
Yeah, fantastic story, that one. Yeah, great story. Um, let's go on to the England game then. So I know we both watched this one. What were your
Yeah.
thoughts, firstly, not on the result yet, but the team selection?
So I think so initially, let's go back to I think I was quite excited to see Trent in the middle because I think that is where he's suited there. I think he'll do well there, and I think that's kind of like where he's going to be in future for Liverpool.
Yeah,
I liked that. I thought Trippier at left back was not ideal, but I know if you said to me, well, I know you're a right-footed player, but you need to go left back for England. I'll be like, fuck yeah, I'm going to smash that. That's going to be my job. I'll be left back for England, fine.
yeah.
And
You're a solid left back.
thank you. And I thought as well, I did want to see Bellingham not as a number 10. I wanted to see Foden as the number 10. But if you're putting Trent in, then Bellingham's got to be the 10 and Foden's got to be the winger on the left there. You're not going to move Saka off there.
No.
So overall happy, but I would probably have liked to have seen Rice and Bellingham with Foden in front and then Gordon on the left, as I said before. But
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, very much echo what you said, really, to be honest. I was quite excited. I don't think Trent did as bad as what people suggest, though.
So in the game, it wasn't his best. I think, if I think back to what they said at halftime, the analysis from Cesc and actually sort of seeing it myself, is he's not used to having his back to defenders, and it is definitely a different position in the middle of the pitch because you haven't, when you're in defence, you're the last line. When you're in midfield, you've got people behind you, and there's a game sort of almost going on behind you at times. So there was an adaptation there. Some of his passing and tackling was a little bit off, where he's adjusting to that position. He's going to be great going forward. Putting him in the middle of the park in a tournament for him to get used to that probably isn't the wisest decision, especially when you've got Bellingham who can sit there. But Bellingham can do what the fuck he wants, mate. He's that good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Foden again looked lost out on the wing there a little bit. So bring Gordon in and put Foden into the number 10 position where he's really quality.
Yeah, I think, Foden's a big talking point. I think for me, this is going to sound very controversial here, but I'd bench him for the next game because I think he offered nothing in that entire
he's
game.
Out of position though, because you could say
He
Trippier
was.
didn't offer much, but Trippier's out
No,
of position.
the whole left side was awful, but
Yeah.
Trippier is an exception because he isn't a left back. He's not naturally a left back at all. Whereas Foden is comfortable playing on the wing. He's still done that for City as well as playing in the middle.
But
And he's done
slightly
that for
different.
quite a while. But I think he offered nothing throughout that game at all.
It's slightly different though, because Foden has that sort of mix, doesn't he? He's got the likes of De Bruyne that they're all chopping and changing. Where he was expected to be on the left and play on the left, he's a 10. He probably should have come off. I think the substitutions he brought Saka off. They brought Conor Gallagher on. I thought, why are you bringing Conor Gallagher on? Why bring
I thought he did well.
on? Conor Gallagher, he did all right. I'm not slating
Yeah.
him. But I just think that for me wouldn't have been the substitution. It would have been Foden who's struggling on the left. Bring on Gordon or Eze as well. He's fucking shit hot. Bring on, when Bellingham comes off, bring on Cole Palmer. His celebration is still ropey, but he can still do a job for England.
Yeah, I do agree with you in terms of sort of the subs. I think Southgate always seems to leave it very late in the game to make a sub. I think you should give Foden 10 minutes after the second half kicks off. If you're still not doing anything, you're off. See you later. And then change formation up. So have three in the middle, at the middle of the pitch, and then have Bellingham with that more free role. Give him 15-20 minutes to play that proper free position. See how it goes. Or you, as you said, move Foden into the middle, give him that 10, and then replace Bellingham or whoever it is for that left position and get a proper left winger or a left forward in. I think Eze is more direct. Gordon, they can kind of do that Grealish role to a certain extent. He'll cut inside, be more direct, but he will get a lot of fouls.
Yeah.
So I think he can offer that. I think Eze will do the same, to be fair. I think Saka was insane that first half.
Quality.
I don't think he lost a single one-on-one for his attack. Second
No,
half, totally different game. I think Saka was kind of marked out the game, a lot of that, and I think they kind of had his number in the second half. So, taking him off made sense. I think Bowen did really well. Obviously, set up the really good potential goal. Pulled in, obviously, a worldy save.
Yeah. I think though, we are talking quite negatively about England at the moment, and I understand that from the second half performance, but
I'm happy.
I'm
happy with it.
I think you'll find that I predicted a 1-0, continuing my winning streak on the prediction. So I predicted that because I thought England always go in to a competition, and they I think I saw a stat after last night that in 10 starting games in the competition, England have won 1. So it's 2 in the 11 now. But still, that stat,
No.
I'd what?
I heard yesterday, I think it was, that Southgate's won the first 4 in opening games and tournaments.
Maybe this
We
was
won in the Euros, yeah, maybe, because I have heard that somewhere.
Yeah,
I have heard that as well, but I'm sure I heard that as well.
But I've known, similar to Italy, England always start bad.
Yeah.
But I didn't think we'd lose against. I thought with this team, I don't think we're going to lose. So I predicted a 1-0 because I think we'll scrape it. I think it'll be cautious. I think it'll be edgy, but I think we'll scrape through. I think we've got Denmark next, haven't we? I think that'll be edgy again. I think they'll get a goal. I think I've predicted 2-1. I think that'll be another edgy, cautious game. Slovenia, I think again that'll either go one or two ways. We'll smash the shit out of them, or that'll be really edgy, like 1-0 win again, something like that. And then we'll progress through the tournament. We'll get into the quarters, and then we'll start to progress. But yeah, I don't think it's been. I don't think that's that. Although we're talking about it in quite a negative way, I don't think it's a bad thing that we've started like that. I think we'll continue to move forward. I think Harry Kane will improve, and the team will as well. Yeah,
no, I do agree with you. I think Kane's not quite fit yet. He had a bit of a niggle, didn't he? I don't think he's quite up to speed.
He couldn't get on the ball either. He was I think the first half he had 2 touches. He tried to get into the game. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
He keeps dropping deep.
Yeah.
So deep, especially the second half. Like, we were obviously pinned in our box and in our sort of third for quite a while. As soon as we clear it, they just get the ball back because he's not up there.
No,
whereas for Bayern Munich, he's had an absolute blinding season, breaking every record going, because he's up front more. He's like, don't drop back, mate. Just stay there.
He only needs one chance, though, doesn't he? He only needs
exactly.
Harry Kane on the ball just to smash it, and it could be a goal. He was unlucky not to score, despite only having a handful of touches and a handful of attempts. He nearly scored, so
Yeah, no, I do agree with you, mate. I do agree. But yeah, roll on game 2 on Thursday. Yeah, very excited. Fingers crossed another England win.
We'll have a chat on Friday morning after the game, Friday afternoon on the game, whenever, Friday evening. We'll have a chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, we'll post it out. So, yeah, it's been good to talk.
Yeah, and you, mate. Thanks, and yours. And I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Cheers, mate.